Hey guys, so today I just wanted to do a quick little video here examining the OnePlus X, why you probably might want to avoid this device, in terms of there are some issues here which aren't very good, to be honest, and basically I just wanted to do a video basically checking those things out. So obviously the OnePlus X is a budget phone. At the end of the day, it's not going to be perfect, but I do think there's some substantial compromises which do make the phone not the best option, particularly in the 200 kind of category here. Now, the first thing that I have noticed in regards to the device, you can see if I zoom up close here, was the most kind of disappointing aspect actually when I turned it on, was these black banners coming on the device. It looks like an edge-to-edge display when you're actually setting it up, because obviously these kind of black banners, you don't see them until you see some colour on the back. So it looks kind of cheap, like the sort of phone you'd get, like a fake kind of phone. Like there's some fake iPhones and Galaxies going around, and they have that kind of that's a telltale sign when a phone is fake. You can see the black banner going around it. So a little bit disingenuous here from OnePlus when it comes to this particular issue. The other things which I have noticed in regards to the device is the actual performance when it comes to the gaming is pretty bad actually. Probably the worst you can get actually for Snapdragon 801, which is obviously a very decent processor. But generally, if you look at here, we can just fire up some GTA. We can see if we compare it with the older OnePlus One, which I think is running similar kind of specifications here. Very trusty phone, and we can see basically what the problem is here. So if you have a look, if we go to the settings, you can see we do have it on the low here, which is probably what I've been able to play it on without there being major problems. Which, if you compare it against what I have it on the OnePlus One here, you can see everything on the max. And we just put it onto the max, so you can see I'm not messing around here. And we can just just go back here and just start it up here. So if we go here and just play a little game. Now the first thing you notice is the black banners, which are annoying. But the other thing which you really will notice is the poor performance here. So if we just you can see the slightest bit of cars etc coming, and it all grinds to a halt. Very laggy kind of performance here. But if you have a look on the OnePlus One, which is I think running the same specification, you can see, look at this, very nice and smooth here. Obviously not perfect, but there seems to be a massive difference here when it comes to gaming. And the specs isn't really that different, 3 gigs of RAM. So I'm not really sure why that is. Some people have been saying it's because they downclocked the processor in the OnePlus X, but I'm sure that the Xperia Z2 has a downclocked processor, and can handle this on the Max as well. So I've had also issues using the gameplay on Asphalt as well, which is another game which is quite demanding. So that's another area. If you're looking at gaming, this is definitely not a device that you want to get in for gaming. And the other thing which is related to the actual gaming, why you won't want to get it in, is the battery life. Now the battery life on the OnePlus X seems to be pretty average, if you ask me. Not the best battery life. I have found that using the device day to day, I have had to keep an eye on the battery. You're going to ration it, in a 24-hour period, and to me that's a downgrade when you consider the OnePlus One here, which is definitely an all-day battery device. And if you're saying that the OnePlus One can be had now for the same price pretty much as the OnePlus X, that's something that power users will definitely notice with the OnePlus X, that you're not going to get a full day's use out of it. Well, not if you use it like quite hardcore like I do. But there are some other limitations as well that you need to be aware of, obviously, if you're coming from abroad. Apparently this phone doesn't support all the LTE bands which are necessary. Like for example, in America you can't use this on all the LTE bands, which is a very big oversight here from OnePlus, which is supposed to be trying to sell phones here. There's also some other oversights as well, such as a lack of NFC. NFC is obviously, I love it or hate it kind of feature. Some people don't use it, but when you transferring from one phone to another, it does make life a lot easier. And Android Marshmallow is going to make use of it a lot more when it comes to mobile payments and things like that. So big oversight there, particularly as it's coming on the OnePlus One. As you remember, it does have the NFC. I think they also missed it out of the OnePlus 2 as well, which is really peculiar how they do that. So I think generally the build quality, while it's quite nice in terms of it's feels very nice in terms of the chamfering here, it does have the risk as well of being smashed. If it's moving around your desk or something. I noticed when I had it on my chair, it was slowly kind of slipping off, and if I hadn't kept my eye on it, I'm guessing that this probably would have cracked. And if you've got a black one, that's probably even more noticeable when it comes to marks and things. I definitely think that the texture they used on the previous OnePlus One models was more practical, even though it did obviously come with some scratches in itself in terms of this kind of material here. But I think that I do prefer a functional design over a design which is liable to break. I think some people have been reporting as well that their OnePlus X's have been smashed on the back. So there's definitely some compromises here, I think, with this particular phone. It may seem like good value at $200, but I think there's definitely better options on the market, really. If you could pay a little bit more, you probably get a Nexus 5X, which is coming with a much better camera. Camera is very mid-acure as well. It's not amazing camera. The Nexus 5X coming with fantastic camera, same as the 6P. You can also get the Moto X Play if you want something with amazing battery life. Zenfone 2 for amazing gaming. To me, there's a lot more options, I think, than the OnePlus X. But that's just my opinion. It does have some nice things as well, like the screen. It's just a pity they didn't make it edge to edge, like it looks like it is. But yeah, just a quick little rant video here. If you do disagree, leave a comment, and I'll definitely try to get back to you. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.